By following the tips in this video, you will ensure that you take fantastic confetti photos. So first of all, the type of confetti. Now there are many types of confetti. What I recommend to my couples is that you don't bother with the dried petals unless you have one hell of a lot of them. They fall typically really quickly, like 3 times as fast as the traditional paper style confetti, which that will float in the air and it's incredible for great photos. Now camera equipment, I will use either a 24mm or a 35mm lens on my Nikon Z8, and I will use fast frame rate. Typically on my Nikon Z6, however, I did not want to hit my camera buffer, so I would actually occasionally take out my backup SD card to ensure that I would never hit my camera buffer. With the Nikon Z8, I do not have that buffer issue, so I can just blast off as many photos as I'd liked. Typically, I am shooting wide open. Now, people might think that's crazy, but with the Nikon Z8, the focusing is incredible. I recommend speaking to the venue or the coordinator who is working that day about where photographers typically do the confetti shot, because you might not know the best place to do it. So if they tell you a location which is normally used, you should probably go and have a look just to see if it's suitable. I do recommend having the sun behind the couple, because of obviously if they're walking towards you and the sun is behind you, they're going to look really squinty, and direct sunlight is not our friend, let's be honest. So usually I'd have the 2 lines of the wedding guests, and then the couple would walk down and then get showered with confetti. However, I have had a recent wedding where I had all the guests behind in a kind of like a horseshoe kind of shape, and then we just chucked all the confetti up, and then it was over within a couple of seconds, but the resulting photos were really, really nice. And I probably will be doing that a lot more often, especially with the flower petals, as they drop really, really quickly and they don't really create that blanket effect. Don't be afraid to speak up. Everyone's going to expect the wedding photographer to speak up before this and direct people. Just make sure everyone has enough confetti, and if there is some left over, then it's actually used. And remind guests to throw confetti upwards so it falls down and not directly at them, though you will get the occasional person who will fire it at them. So here I had help with the wedding toastmasters, which was fantastic. What we did, because there wasn't really room to have the 2 lines, we agreed that it would be great if people would position themselves down here, and then I would stand up on top of the steps and we'd get a big group photo of everybody at the wedding. And then from there we could instantly go into the confetti. Now this kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone, because of obviously the big group photo of every guest is probably a photo half my couples want, and if I want to do that, then it's easier just leaving everyone in that location and then doing the confetti. So we had a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then everyone launched up in the air. As you can see, the dried flower petals do fall very quickly, so just make sure your focus is right. Usually I'm on AFC all day, like autofocus continuous, but for this I switched to AFS. So once I half press the shutter or my AF button, it would lock onto the couple, and then the confetti going in between the camera, it would not affect the autofocus. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, and I do have some behind the scenes videos I recommend you watching here.